Warnings, is there anything sensitive? No. It's going to be fine, so just sit back, relax and enjoy Mr. Chris Mclean. Thank you. I'm about to tell you a story from 17 years ago. To set the scene, I quote, "People were panicking, shouting at him, asking him what was going on. He was trying to tell a nearby police officer that if they could get the PA on, they could clear the park in 5 minutes. But a cop hit him and he fell under a police horse." 4ZZZ is a community radio station run by volunteers in Brisbane. It started in 1975. The station is self-funded and is a hotbed of anarchic protests, smelly hippies and generally quite lovely people. Its slogan is to agitate, educate and organise. I started as a volunteer in the mid-90s, ran the Anarchy show and managed the office for many years. I also ran bars at events, interviewed bands and did tech support, sound engineering and anything else that needed doing. We all did what we could to keep the place going. One of the station's major fundraising events was Market Day, an all-day festival showcasing local music, food and craft. Think Unity Day, with people, more booze and lots of punk bands. It was run entirely by volunteers, with most bands paid in beer. It ran for 21 years. Organising this one was no different than normal. An army of volunteers working tirelessly to make it happen. The event management team had spent months liaising with police representatives to ensure all went smoothly. I put my knee down to do a few bar ships, swapping plastic cups of beer for pre-purchased tickets. However, things did not turn out as expected. There was a build-up of police over the day. The dog squad vans started showing up along with riot squad and mounted police. Throughout the afternoon, groups of police would make incursions into the crowd to make arrests. Things started getting tense. A witness from a nearby shop went on record to say they were unloading their bags of kit in the middle of the afternoon, hours before any trouble. They were already tooling up for the night's festivities, unloading shields, batons and helmets. And then there was the military police who arrived. At first the army said they just happened to be there. The police claimed that some were never attached to civilian units because of a military exercise, while others heard the call over the radio and took it upon themselves to respond as concerned citizens. By late afternoon, it was apparent something was wrong, and we could not contact our police liaison officer. Eventually, we were told that he had been replaced by someone we did not know. By the evening, storm clouds were building, and the police incursions were becoming more frequent and more forceful. At 8:20 p.m., a storm erupted over the festival and cut the power. A punter said, "It seemed like the police really made it worse. A huge crowd was gathering, the police came out of nowhere and whipped up a frenzy. It was like they were waiting to pounce, but there wasn't anything going on. People were just playing in the rain." The police decided to clear the park, quoting a volunteer. When the first line pushed through, about 1,000 or 2,000 people were moved. I saw 2 police horses charge into the crowd. I saw people being clubbed with batons. One volunteer lifted the side of a tent through which a lot of people escaped. He was eventually clubbed away too. We had no idea what was happening or why. Mounted police were charging with a passive, panicking crowd. People were being handcuffed to metal fences at the height of an electrical storm. Riot squad officers were pushing in using baton, fist, shield and foot. Any force necessary was used to clear the park. Another volunteer noticed a young girl as she tried to escape. Moving towards the gate like him, a cop drew level with her and landed a roundhouse punch to her feet, which knocked her off her face. The cop smiled. While the volunteer was trying to get out the gate, an officer using a baton broke 2 of his ribs and tore ligaments in his chest. A long-time ZZZ journalist said in his statement, a number of police were wrestling with some guy trying to grab him in a headlock. This guy was putting up quite a struggle, getting thumped and kicked and getting his arms wrenched behind his back. The guy lost his footing and the whole scrum went down on top of him. Yeah, there was trouble with the slides. Not one officer was wearing a badge or arm identification that evening. When asked, officers refused to identify themselves. Because of the torrential rain, any photos taken did not turn out. This was the time before digital cameras and mobile phones were common amongst the unwashed masses. When the storm hit, I took shelter in an abandoned tent. I noticed squads of police heading for the front gate. I realised something was wrong and ran to see if I could help. I saw police lines forming and went right up to the front line. I was confronted by riot police, 2 deep, stretching the width of the field. Behind them were mounted police. The next thing I heard was the beating of baton against riot shield. I received a punch to my left jaw. When I turned to see where it came from, I received another hit to my head. Then the mounted police charged at full speed into the crowd. I saw at least 2 people trampled underfoot before I fell back. The following weeks were madness. There were calls for the station and the event to be shut down. The police were calling what happened a riot. An official inquiry was called and I was one of the witnesses asked to give evidence. I was also interviewed by the ABC for the nightly news. At one point, questions were actually raised in the Australian Parliament. The police stated that we stabbed a horse, chanted "kill the pigs," threw cans of urine and tried to steal officers' guns. An inquiry found no wrongdoing on the part of the police and put the officers in attendance that night at 20. What I saw was a police line 2 deep stretched across a 200-metre field. So why have I told you this? It's a cautionary tale that the media lies, official reports bend the truth, and authorities need to be held accountable. And the punchline, Triple Z is still going strong, run by volunteers, and still agitating, educating, and organising.